He has the power to wipe out the entire human race.
I'm getting slow in my old age, Alfred.
Even you got too old to die young. Not for lack of trying.
I was excited by the prospect because once introducing Batman, then the idea obviously is to introduce the Justice League and to open up that cinematic universe. And so I know within the comic books there's 1,001 plus stories and they're all very rich.
We actually managed to get along pretty well. The duality was what we worked on. You know, the audience's experience was going to be, but for us, in order to get through this rather long and not particularly easy shoot, we had to work together pretty well. So it turns out that actually we could get along.
Have all these characters who can help facilitate the storytelling and the development of each character is great and an exciting prospect.
Human beings have a horrible track record of following people of great power.
Power corrupts, and absolute power corrupts absolutely.
Chaos. Maybe he's just a guy trying to do the right thing.
We know better now, don't we?
For me, as an actor, I spend a lot of time thinking about other actors and looking at other actors' performances, and there's, you look at all the actors who've played Batman, and it's quite impressive. Christian Bale and Chris Nolan did a magnificent job with 3 films that are, right up there with any movies, and I think they're both geniuses. And Michael Keaton and Tim Burton did great work. George Clooney, Val Kilmer. I mean, there's not to mention Frank Miller's, artwork in the original comics.
Mr. Wayne, Clark Kent, Daily Planet.
What's your position on the Bat Vigilante in Gotham?
You have all these giants whose shoes you're trying to fill. It's extremely intimidating. Not to mention the rabid fan base. I could go on with reasons why it was stressful. What I did just focus on was, my fellow cast members and the director that we had, and trying to just fit in with that movie and do this work and try to tell our own story.
Tell me, do you bleed? You will.
I mean, there's lots of challenges in this movie. The physical prep is one of the major ones, and I find the biggest challenge is just that these are long movies. It's a 6-month movie for shooting, and just to maintain that level of intensity required in superhero movies and to keep up the physical training day in, day out with long shooting days as well, for me, I reckon that was probably one of the toughest hurdles.
Yeah, Henry set a very high standard for that. I agree. It was hard to keep up.
The fever, the rage, the feeling of powerlessness that turns good men cruel.
I was shocked, but there was definitely some twists and turns that I didn't expect, and I was surprised. And I think it's a good thing as a storyteller to surprise the audience. And so I thought, well, if I'm shocked, the audience will be too. And maybe that's a good thing.
The greatest gladiator match in the history of the world. God versus man.
It's very loud, and it's very hot inside, and it's very fast. And it's a lot of fun to drive when they let me drive it. And Batman barely fits inside.